This job's at Bruner Island Power Plant in York Haven, Pennsylvania. The job calls for installing 700 feet of 10-foot high aquadams. This is an 8-foot high aquadam that we're going to put in first to block the current. Here's the pumps. The machine I just took a picture of brought them down here. Going to set the pumps in the bucket and lift them down to water level. We're slinging the aquadam into place over the ropes that we have down. We've got 4 ropes. They come back and go around these 3,500 pound concrete blocks. Starting to pump water into the aquadam. We got 4 pumps running. We're using 4 ropes. After 5 minutes of pumping, we're going to let 2 more feet out. There it is, right there. Hold it, hold it, hold it. This rope here has to go out. Let yours out a little bit. Just one rope's being let out. A little bit more. Five minutes later. That's it. Let a little out, pump her up again. Okay, that's it. Everybody else, 6 inches. There it is. That's it. We'll let the pumps pump her back up. Well, the aquadam, the ropes went to the middle of the aquadam and pivoted around it. The aquadam got away from us. And now it's sitting right there. We're going to get another machine, take this one out and do her again. We almost had it. We only had 20 feet left on that dam. But if the ropes aren't done right, then nothing works right. As you can see by that AquaDam sitting there along the bank. The AquaDam's going to roll over the top of the ropes. Little slack. Tighten her up. Easy. A little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. Tighten her up, tighten her up, tighten her up, tighten her up. Tighten her up. Tighten her up, tighten her up, tighten her up. Okay, that's it right there.
Hey, they'll just unhook that rope and let it go.
Okay, tighten her up. Yeah. Do it by hand. Get that rope in front. We got her. Let that other rope out.
Let it go.
Now the open end is out in the middle of the channel. You can see it swinging all the way around to the shore.
This smallmouth. Sucker.
Uh-oh. Eight-foot high AquaDam number 2. This one's 103 feet long, so it's too long for what we want to do, so we're starting way up the bank. This is day 2. Same AquaDam as the second AquaDam of day 1. It was taken out, blown up, re-rolled, and now we're putting it back in. We've been pumping for approximately 5 minutes. And of course it goes real fast at the start here. When we get out there 50, 70 feet, then it'll be a lot slower. After an additional 5 minutes of pumping, we're this far out. Perhaps 10 minutes of pumping. We've got 25 feet left to go. We've been pumping for approximately 30 minutes, maybe. Well, third attempt didn't do her either. So the game plan is now to take up this AquaDam, blow it up, re-roll it, get it back into reusable condition. This will be attempt number 4, and they decided to move the AquaDam downstream because this is the narrowest part of the stream flow. So this dam here, we're going to back up, AquaDam, we're going to back up with stone, which he's putting out in the river now. And here the AquaDam's being ready to roll down the hill and put the hoses in and start pumping. This is day number 3. Here the AquaDam is being tied off so it can't roll down the hill anymore. And we got our 4 ropes around it going back up to the dead men blocks. Now we're ready to put the hoses in and start inflating this AquaDam. Attempt number 4. We're going to use gravel to back up the AquaDam. These 4 gentlemen are holding the ropes. Last time the cement blocks, 3,500 pounds apiece, moved on them, so they dug a trench and put them in a trench, much more stable. And of course these are the officers of the company. Moving the rope over. Just trying to tighten the rope. Gonna let out all 4 ropes. They've put a safety rope around the AquaDam. Matter of fact, that's the second one. So thus we can help retrieve the AquaDam at a later time. They're letting a waterhead build up inside the AquaDams before they let out more rope. All 4 ropes. He's saying stop. We put out enough. We slipped the ropes approximately 2 to 3 feet. Now he's saying that last rope needs to go out. Well, the beam is hung up on some gravel, so the excavator is going to push the beam in and out a little bit on that side. There you go, there you can see, push it out. They want to going to push it a little bit more. That's going to tighten up this rope. We're setting out more rope. It's coming off this spool here. Rope's gotten cut up on this pulley. The excavator needs some more stone. We've got another 20 feet to go out. We got dump trucks bringing more stone. We're letting out the dam. It's unrolling. You can see the hand signals from Herb. So we're going to get the hoe operator to push that side of the AquaDam out. Far right rope he wants out. That comes back to that guy on the end. The second rope he wants out. Well, the end of the AquaDam's coming up. That's it. Now he wants the left-hand rope to come up. The rope on the pulley got hung up again. You can see the pipe coming up now. That's the end of the AquaDam. wrap around the pipe so we can pull it to shore. The AquaDam's gonna continue to inflate. Here's the 4 pumps running to fill the AquaDam. There's the beam. Now we're going to cut the rope so we can retrieve them and reuse them on the next AquaDam. Good job by everybody. There's where we were with the ropes and the dead men tied holding the ropes. The end of the AquaDam, see the 4 green hoses, 2 on each side. The start of the AquaDam. And the length, this is approximately a 75-foot long AquaDam. There's about 67 feet into the water. You can see the velocity of the water is picked up tremendously after it leaves, is forced around the end of the AquaDam. This water up here is a good foot, 16 inches higher than the water on the downstream of the AquaDam. Maybe 12 inches higher. But that 12 inches means more head pressure, means that water is going to go by a lot faster. And now the whole current's on the other side of the river. The right side of this river, down past the pontoon boat, is a big eddy. The water's just going around and around. The water level's actually higher here than it is where the current is. Trying to show you the difference in water height. That is a tremendous push, that difference in water height on the upstream side of the AquaDam. Now the next step is to put one upstream out and then come off the side of it, come downstream 500 feet and just hit the side of this AquaDam. Go past the AquaDam, down and back into shore before we get to the pontoon boat. The excavator had to use all this gravel to support the excavator, not for the dam, of course. The dam only needed a little line of gravel behind it to accomplish helping block off the head difference in the water from one upstream side to the downstream side of the dam. We've taken approximately 2/3 of this stream flow and have blocked it off. The end of this AquaDam is sewed off. You can see the turbulence that's caused by the water rushing around the end, but the AquaDam will not erode, but the ground the AquaDam's sitting on will erode in turbulent water like that. If there was sand or mud, that would all be gone down there by now with that turbulent water eddying out a hole right here at the end of the AquaDam. But this was a man-dug channel, so it's pretty much stone on the bottom already. This is for the upstream AquaDam. He's working his way out there with a causeway built of stone. Working his way out into the river. Another load of stone. The lower stone dam took 33 truckloads, 600 tons, I believe is what they said, of stone. Another load of stone. The water coming out of this coal-fired power plant is 83 degrees. Comes down this flume way, enters this man-made channel. It's mixed with colder river water on this side, and then flows on downstream into the Susquehanna River, about a mile downstream. They need to come out another 20 feet or so with gravel, then we can put in the AquaDam. Now what they're going to do is put cooling system in to make this 80-degree water lessen temperature, the same temperature as the river water is, which is many degrees lower than 83 degrees. And this whole project is about putting in an elaborate cooling system for the water coming out of the power plant. So it'll have less environmental effect on the fish. You can see the downstream dam. And this will be the upstream dam that we're going to put in here directly. Still got to put more stone in. You can see the bottom downstream dam. They're taking a measurement right now. They're taking a measurement. The bosses are having a meeting of the mind. out at the end of the gravel berm. Talking things over. Smoothing up where we're going to put the AquaDam in. Here's the AquaDam being brought over. Setting the AquaDam in place.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
We're taking off the ropes and the wrap. There's the start of the AquaDam. The fill tubes of the AquaDam. We're putting a hole through the outside material so we can tie it off back up to the anchor point. This will keep the AquaDam from sliding down the hill. Just put a hole through the material and put a rope through it. And there's many layers of material on this large AquaDam. There it is through the bottom and the top of the outside material.
You push it! No! Hold it! Hold it! I'm gonna lose that rope.
Well, we'll replace it after it gets in the water.
Alright. Good. Let it down. Hey Rick, how about we all...
More! More! There it is. That's it, right there. Here's the inside of the tube. The hoses have to go down into there. We're almost ready to start pumping. You can see how the AquaDam starts way up high on the bank. That's because it's a 10-foot high AquaDam and the water depth's about 5 feet. There are 12 green shirts involved with this. A lot of help, good help. Everybody's working together. Apparently the excavator is broken and they're trying to fix it, and how unfortunate. It's already 5:30. It'll be dark here if we don't get started. But we can't get started until we get the excavator either out of there or and get another one, which is parked right there. So I don't know what they're gonna do. Well, evidently the excavator ran out of fuel and they're bringing a fuel, portable fuel tank. That's what's on the lift all. his fuel, I guess. This is a shot of the downstream AquaDam. While they're refueling their excavator. It's approximately 500 feet between the upstream and downstream dam. The pumps are started. We're starting to pump water into the AquaDam. We have three 3-inch Honda pumps discharging into each side of the AquaDam. The AquaDam has 2 sides to it. There's 2 tubes of water when we're done. 3 pumps are pumping into each tube. We're using 6 3-inch Honda pumps to inflate the AquaDam. 3 pumps for each side of the AquaDam. The AquaDam has 2 sides to it. And we're using 3 pumps on each side to fill the AquaDam. Each pump is rated at 15,000 gallons per hour. We anticipate this to take approximately an hour and a half to fill up. Right around dark time. You can see the tension on the ropes that it's causing on the AquaDam. The AquaDam's biting right into those ropes. There's 4 of them, and they're being held by the people up top. One of the pumps didn't work, so they're changing it out with a spare 3-inch pump that's on site. We don't know why that pump didn't pump, but so they had to change it out and put a new, get another 3-inch pump. It'll be going in just a minute, but the rest of them have been pumping, and we're approximately 12 minutes into when the first pumps were started. This is a shot from upstream. The sun was in the lens of the camera, so I moved upstream, and so now the sun's not in the camera. Another pump had to be worked on. So progressing very well. We've been pumping maybe 20 minutes. We've gone out approximately 25 feet from the shoreline. The AquaDam is going straight. The rock dam is not straight to where we want to be. And so we're filling in the gap in a couple spots so the AquaDam can't move over to the rock dam that the excavator's sitting on. It's too far away. We want more, we want the AquaDam to unroll. There they are. Everybody's working together. It's unrolling. It stopped unrolling. Everything according to plan. We're putting the gravel and or the stone in back of the AquaDam. It has the right alignment.
I wonder why that side's so far down. This one's up in the air.
got to move the stone in line with the AquaDam. Yeah, you got yours, Herb. Now we're going to tie a spacer rope so these 4 ropes can't come apart from each other. This is day 4. Got dark on us last night. We had to quit. We got a little problem with the beam is underneath the AquaDam on the end, and we are going to do something about that. Hopefully we're going to pull that beam out. So that's what the project is this morning, and then we'll finish filling this up and get on to putting in more AquaDams.
Well, that one right there gave me problems yesterday. Oh, it was? Yeah, they switched.
We're putting a rope around this beam that the AquaDam came rolled up on. For some reason the beam is underneath the end of the AquaDam. We've got 10 to 15 feet to go. So we're going to try and pull that beam out using that piece of equipment over there on the other side of the river. The only reason this beam is sticking up like that is because it's attached to that bucket to the excavator. Since last night, this moss here has grown. That moss there grew in less than 10 hours. Just amazing how fast not moss or algae will grow. This is less than 10 hours old that we've had the dam in here. And it's already growing right at waterline or right above it. Amazing. We're going to pull from a different angle this time. One stubborn beam there won't come out. We almost got the beam out. Look, dude, that thing's broke. Huh? It's broke. much better now. The AquaDam came out, everything. Look at that beam. 4 Doug Fir 4x6s. Construction grade. Look at that. Whoa, whoa. Go down. Now out, now out. Yeah. But down lower, go down lower. Yep, that's it. My golly, the pressure that was against those beams to do that to it. Unreal. This is less than half of the beam that the AquaDam came rolled up on. We pulled on ropes and 5/8 inch ropes and 3/4 inch rope and twisted these 3 beams together. The 3 4x6 beams together and twist it until the fibers split apart. Tremendous amount of force it took to do this. Actually, the excavators maxed out, couldn't pull sideways anymore, and just amazing how much force that water has. So half the beam and the other half, or this half, put a small hole in the 10-foot high AquaDam, and but not very big, so we're going to live with that and just put water in it every day or every couple of days and make sure it stays full. But pretty gnarly beams. The other end looks just like this. It's still out there in the water. Ten-foot high AquaDam's inflated. We're not pumping in water in anymore. We're getting ready to put the AquaDams in that go downstream. Past the far white AquaDam. A view from upstream. There's the AquaDam, the lower AquaDam, in this channel that was built for the power plant. This channel comes down and enters the main river, which is literally huge compared to that channel. This is on the Susquehanna River, in Pennsylvania, by York Haven, 15 miles from the state capital. This is just a huge river. This over here is an island. There's another half of the river on the other side of that island. Just a huge river, but when it comes up, it affects the flow out of this little side channel that was man-made. And anything that can affect the flow of this side channel is important because the water will just back up and get deeper and deeper. And we have to have the AquaDams high enough to hold back the deeper water as rainstorms develop in this river drainage. No boats allowed in the man-made channel. The water in this channel is 83 degrees. Not good for the fish life that they want to have here. the Susquehanna River is below 50 degrees, where the water temperature should be. And the project calls for putting in these a cooling process to lower the temperature of this water, and to make it more the same temperature as the main river. Now we're digging back out the gravel and pointing a berm towards the direction we want the AquaDam to go, which is downstream towards the white AquaDam. We're trying to locate where the rock that needs to be cleaned out is. So we have a rock finder out there in the water. With his feet, he'll find any of the stone that we don't want to leave in the stream, which is all of it. We want out. We can't go over the top of this type of stone and make a watertight seal. So we have to remove the stone and do a good job at it. Okay, we're going to install a 6-footer, 250 foot long. We've made a gravel berm to start off of. We've got our 4 spools of rope, setting the AquaDam on top of the berm.
I laid out of the scene.
We got 3 hoses on each side. We got the ropes. We got the ropes tied back to this excavator. We're ready to start pumping.
Got to talk into it now.
Well, we're calling this one off. We weren't successful with the 6-footer. They're going to put stone in, then we're going to put the AquaDam in next week. This is 10 days later. The water's dropped considerably. They put a lot of gravel in as a backup to the AquaDam, and now we're ready to put the AquaDam. This is Monday, April the 3rd, I believe. This is a 10-foot high by 253 feet. The AquaDam's in the water. We're got our ropes around it. Now we're tying off our ropes and getting ready to hook it up to the hoses here. We've got too much slack up on the first AquaDam. It's going to come in the water, of course. Starting up the pumps. Pumps are running, 2 pumps on each side. We've got 100 feet out. We got 250 feet to go. The first 250 feet of 10-foot high AquaDam's in. We're pumping her up now. We've got 400 lineal feet yet to go. The AquaDam is abutting into the side. Still pumping up the AquaDam. We're still pumping up the second AquaDam, the one that's going downstream. Moving the next 10-footer out to the end of the AquaDam that's already been installed.
Right, there's a little bit of a slope, you know what I mean? It's up the high on that snake.
Yeah, it's going to be a little different.
Slope on the end of the bottom off.
The excavator is walking on the gravel berm that the contractor built. The gravel is 5 foot plus high. The water depth through here is 5+ feet deep. The AquaDam had to be spun around. It was facing the wrong way.
How are we far being sent?
Here's the fill tubes. Already have hoses in it. Now we're going to put the fill tubes through the collar and up through the holes on top of the collar so we can start our pumps up. Stick that up in there. Okay, yeah, there you go. Pull yours too.
Make sure they go straight. Good. 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 Are they primed? 3 of them are. One's not primed yet.
The AquaDam has been attached to the previous AquaDam. The fill tubes come up through the collar, and they're starting up the pumps.
Get all your anchor lines straight.
Well, this installation isn't looking too good. I can't keep enough pressure on the ropes. The left hand, this flow out here is a foot higher than this side over here. And oh, well, that sucked the bag right over the berm here. We should have had the berm higher. And if this don't work, we'll be making her higher next time. Not a very pretty sight. They didn't make their rock wall high enough and didn't have a second piece of equipment like they said they would when we started, and the collar came off the end. So I don't believe that this one's going to work out for us. We're going to have to do something different. So we'll see if this section here pulls back over the rock wall, which we hope it will. Of course, the river is only supposed to be 4 feet deep. Now it's above 6 feet deep and moving like crazy. The excavator's walking on a gravel berm. Of course, this in here has all been pulled back over the berm and is lining itself out again. The boil right here. The AquaDam went over some rocks or something that's holding it up off the ground. And this is what happens, a boil here develops, and the water's still coming up. The water's not supposed to be flowing over the AquaDam, of course. The reason the AquaDam's got a big bend in it, oh, there's a bunch of rock there. And so all the AquaDam couldn't climb up and over the rock, had to go around. And they didn't do a very good job on their rock mound that they put in there. They're pretty sloppy at where the rock ended up. Looking upstream, this is what happens when you try and choke off too much of the flow. When we originally started this job, we were only going out from the bank 40 feet from the bank on this side. Look at what happened to this flow. There is a 3-4 foot high wave, riffles that this AquaDam's making by choking off the flow like this. They're huge. Well, the dam we were putting in there on the end, the water kept building and eventually washed it out. The stone walls got to come up considerably, what the excavator's walking on. So now we got to take that one out. We're not leaving enough room for the water flow to go through. So there it is. So we're coming up with a plan of attack here. They basically need their framework where the four gentlemen are standing. They want the AquaDam on the outside of them. And of course, a 10-foot high AquaDam is 20 feet wide. So they want almost all of this river choked off. And that's where the problem is. The water just kept getting deeper and deeper way back up here. And well, I don't know where the equilibrium would have been, but at what point, but we weren't at that point. So we're coming up with a game plan. The water's really pouring through that gap. Well, we got one good rope around it, 3/4 inch, and two 1/2 inch. One of the 2/2 inch, it burst. It broke! Watch it go through that hole. Keep going with it. You gotta keep moving with it now. It's all getting clogged up in the hole. It's made a dam all the way across there. He needs to stab that sucker. He needs to go out and stab that.
I like to put something on that timber so we don't lose.
Made a huge pool of water. We're tying off this board and white collar so it doesn't go downstream in case this AquaDam gives way. Of course, the AquaDam's got to be higher than the water it's controlling, and well, we've maxed out this 8-foot high AquaDam. You guys have a knife.
Yeah.
Here comes trouble. While all of this is going on, they've got dump trucks coming every couple of minutes, digging out this whatever. It's part of the new cooling system for the water to re-enter the river. Boy, the velocity of the water picking up has stirred up the bottom of the channel, and oh yeah, you can see the green water and then the chocolate brown water on both sides. We're going to cut the end of the black AquaDam open so it'll drain. Well, we've decided that that black bag isn't going to move the water on the end, so while it's pulling up this huge pool, we're going to see if we can't get another section of AquaDam on the end of that one. Well, the boss man says he wants that AquaDam out of there. We're causing too much turbidity here in the river, so we're going to remove this dam. This is the job foreman. Of course, without a life vest on.
Okay.
Now,
never got a video of this before, did you?
No, sir. No, he ain't even got a life jacket on. Why don't you guys give him one if he's going to insist on standing out there like an idiot?
See that rope going across?
Yep.
Should that be untied off this tree and let it go downstream? Or do you want to let it catch?
No, I think I'll swim out there and try and catch that son of a bitch. I mean, I got to do something.
Excuse me?
Herb's just not a cowboy. Success! There, the Navy couldn't have done a better job. We're going to pass a bigger rope over so he can tie off to one of the ropes that's around the black AquaDam. Okay, we're ready to cut the end of that bag open. Herb slicing open the AquaDam. Not yet. There, the dam has been sliced open, already starting to move. There, spread out. Good deal. Relieve this pressure. Good deal. It's already dropped here. There it goes. I gotta go down there and wrestle it to the side. Oh! Here, have him go. Have him move this way. This way. Keep going. Keep going, yeah, track ahead. Well, our one safety rope here held just fine. The AquaDam swung over to the bank and we're in business again.
It's all in still water now.
Well, and most all the, now we
Go a little stop, let it catch up.
Yep, there you go, that's right. Well, the AquaDam beautifully came to this side of the river and now we're pulling it up and out. Well, there's not enough room to pull the thing out with all this digging going on. So we're going to wait until these gentlemen go home for the afternoon and then pull it out. No 3-4 foot waves. The gravel bar is exposed again. Or, I mean the rock berm that they built. If you look really hard, you can see how high the water is up on that tree, up on the bank. See the water mark? Well, it raised it 3 feet in depth. Broke, so the second line is going to be used. Well, that was a doubled 5/8 inch rope. Really? So now we're going to use a 2 straps. We finally had to put a hole in the dam there. You can see the water coming out. That's what that little riffle by Herb's Head is. And so we have to drain it that way. The end of it did not unspin itself. So that water was trapped, and of course we can't remove it with all that weight of water in there. You can really see the water gushing out. Well, I guess maybe you can't, but it is. He's lifting up the AquaDam. You can really see the water coming out there right by Herb's Head. That's from, he sliced it open with a razor knife.
No!
Yep.
Yeah, right there's the hole. Right there it is, Jason. Not gonna tell anybody that, are you?
Oh yeah, what not to do.
You're on, Candy.
This is the work area where all the equipment dump trucks were working. They're digging out in behind all that sheet piling. They're going to go 38 feet below the riverbed. There's stone down there and they're going to blast it out eventually. So they have 38 feet further down to go. Well, we've got our berm several feet higher, and this is day 3 of the second go-around. The beam in this AquaDam is broke, and I'm not sure why, where it got broke at, but it's definitely broke now.
Get her centered up, right?
We've got 30 feet to go. We're using 6 rope lines this time, and 2 hose excavators. Well, we got this AquaDam in. It was 110 feet long. It took most of the day. It took 2 excavators, 6 ropes, tie-off ropes to the bottom back to shore, and but it's in there. And we've got 2 more to put in, and we're going to get it ready for today, and we're going to start pumping tomorrow morning. Great job. There's the pumps. There's the long fill tubes, the connection, and the 110-foot AquaDam. We put little mounds of fill behind the AquaDam to the top of it. Give it support. That is one big piece of something. Well, they've put all the pumps down on the rock, which is a good idea for the night. No gas cans are left out. We have one person in the water directing the excavator exactly where to dig, where they've missed some rock at or something he wants to make it smoother. You just can't go out and start digging everywhere. It just makes the water depth greater. We're just interested in what's on the top that can be scraped off. The big stuff we leave. It takes a long time, and it pays in the end because you're going to have a better seal on the bottom. Now, a lot of the stone this excavator is removing is the stone they put in there that when he ran over it all sloughed off to where the AquaDam is going to go. So part of this is the contractor's fault, but part of it, there was a lot of big stone out there to start with. This is a man-made channel. So far, the only leaker is the first AquaDam because we had to rustle the 4x6 out from underneath of it. It got hung up on the collar, and the current here caught it and drug it. The hole's right here on the end of the first AquaDam. Well, it's going this way out into the river. There, you can see how wet it is right on the end. Not a very bad leak, and so it looks like we got to run a pump 15 minutes at least once a day to recharge the height of the AquaDam because of that leak. And the contractor knows that full well, and that's one of his duties. And oh yeah, this is very manageable by adding water. There's no way to patch that. There's not that big of a leak. So they're going to live with it. That's the only leak I see in all of these AquaDams. We also put little mounds of gravel on top of the gravel berm that we started with to increase the height of it, but we didn't have to do that the entire length, just in every so often. This adds a lot of stability to any AquaDam. This job's going to need it because the water depth's going to even come up higher. We need to go just a little further out with the next AquaDam, and that'll be tomorrow. This part along the river is going to be. Well, this is next day, round 4 for this job on this second phase. Here's the next 100-foot long AquaDam. We're going to attach it to the end here. The white is the connection collar. It extends off to this end about 10 feet. Where we want the AquaDam to go is right about there. You can see 3 orange paint marks. You can probably see them better now. We're aiming for the middle paint mark. That will be the inside edge of the AquaDam. So the one I'm putting over there is going to be half on the end of that white AquaDam and half off the end and into the water. That's very precise where they want this to go, and I'm hoping for the best. The water's moving pretty good. It's going to move a lot faster when we take 10-15 more feet of the flow. The AquaDam doesn't erode. Here we've got our AquaDam about half deployed. We have 50 feet left on the AquaDam. We're almost there, and then we can turn it back to shore. Of the water volume here. Well, this one's finally in. It took all day. 100 feet. Just a big dead pool up here now. It's all been flooded out. This 4x6 beam is what we pulled off of. The ropes were pulling off this beam. We had 6 ropes. The ropes ran through these shackles. There were 6 of them. Well, the last dam has that we put in yesterday. We had to fight for the to get the beam out. We evidently put a hole in it, so it went flat over the night, or lost about 1/3 of the water. So they're pumping it up, and they're deciding if they want to maintain it or they want to take it out and put another dam in. Just what they're going to do, which we don't have another dam here to put in. So. This is Friday. We're going to regroup until Monday. Hopefully everything will go better. We've got this river really choked down. But there'll be another day. So they decided to hook up an electric pump to keep the AquaDam filled all weekend long. Here's the generator. The pump is right down in here. Hose goes over, goes into the AquaDam, and they're going to keep that running, and that'll replace the water that's leaking out of the hole. If it's pumping too much, the water will simply come out of the fill tubes that the hose is going into. And then they can maintain this. They have really not many other options. They were thinking of putting stone there and right on top of the AquaDam, but as long as you can maintain it, running a pump's the easiest and the cheapest. Of course, they're going to have to run a pump 24/7 to keep this area dewatered. It's just over rock, and there's going to be a lot of seepage underneath the AquaDam. One last picture trip through this project, and Herb will be back on Monday to finish it up. This is Friday afternoon. Everybody's gone home. This job took 20 spools of 1/2 inch by 600 foot long rope. And of course we reused the rope, and this is all that remains of those 20 spools. Took a lot of rope to put in these AquaDams. And it took 2 rolls of 5/8 inch rope, 600 foot spools. Always a lot more rope than people think, unless it's a lake job. Lake jobs don't require rope because there is no current. For this, there was a huge current, and the AquaDam had to be installed 1 foot at a time to overcome that current, and thus we had to use rope. And in this case, we had to use a lot of fill material, gravel, big stone on the back side of the AquaDam to help support it, just to get the AquaDam in there. Right here is a weak spot coming off the side of an AquaDam instead of off the end of it. It allows water to percolate underneath where the two connect at. That's what's happening right here. You can actually see the water moving pretty darn good. Of course, the water's higher on the other side of the AquaDam. That's why the bubble or the boil is happening here. So they're going to have to dig this gravel out and put sand right here in this corner. And that'll plug up this boil. Might even have to be attacked from the other side of this AquaDam, which excavator will have to reach over and put the sand there. Unfortunately, this last one's got a hole in it from trying to get the beam that it was rolled on up. The AquaDam was on top of it, the water inside was, and it just would not come. So wrenching it out of there with 2 excavators, we put a small hole in it, and hopefully we could maintain that with 1 3-inch pump. We'll know on Monday. Well, this channel must be getting deeper because this wave isn't as big as it was yesterday at night when we left. So I guess the sediments on the bottom are eroding out. When we wrestled the beam out, we had to had to put the hoe bucket this way and pull this bag back, and we got some little holes in the outside fabric. There's 3 plies of outside fabric on this AquaDam. Here's the beam that's stuck in it, the collar. For some reason, it didn't come out like it was supposed to. We actually twisted 4 4x6 Doug fir beams in 2, trying to get the darn thing out. So this is the major hang-up now. Should we replace this dam, or what should we do? To finish this off, we simply need to go straight over to the bank and at an angle. And we have another AquaDam for that. And I believe that's being put in on Monday, but I won't be here. Hopefully I'll get pictures of a dewatered work area later. All the steam coming off is from that 84 degrees water coming out of the power plant. Well, that concludes this installation. Hopefully they will get their job done. We'll know more on Monday.